Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-May 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without a further ado, let's see what we got going on, man. What do we got coming in here for the Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-May 2022? What information do we have here for Team Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-May 2022. Let's go ahead and give it a check out. We had two cards that decided to fly at me. The first card is going to be Trust, and the next card here is going to be Seek. So we have to trust our gut here in order to seek out whatever it is we're feeling intuitively guided to. That seems to be the situation at hand here coming into mid-May. It's time here to kind of trust your gut and seek what it is you've been feeling or called to, right? So it's like whatever you've been feeling called towards, whatever your intuition here has kind of been guiding you towards, it's time for you guys to seek out that opportunity or potentially here to seek out some sort of investment. So coming into mid-May 2022, I definitely feel like you're being called towards something for sure. Let's go ahead and have a look here into the recent past for you though, Leo. What do we have here for the recent past regarding Team Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do we have here for the recent past regarding the zodiac sign of Leo? The first card out is going to be the Six of Swords. Okay, moving on from the next card, we do have here the Ten of Cups. And then lastly for my Leos is going to be the Five of Pentacles. So coming into the recent past, you definitely feel like you've lost something pretty significant here. I mean, we do have here the Six of Swords, and then we do have here the Ten of Cups followed up with a Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is that tarot card, right, that talks about feeling left out in the cold. It could be the card that talks about feeling like you're in lack. So essentially, where you were once pretty abundant here with the Ten of Cups, you suddenly became in lack. So you feel like you've lost something here that brought in a lot of happiness for you, a lot of joy, a lot of emotional fulfillment. So Leo, I definitely feel like with the Trust and Seek card here now, paired with these past energies, it's trying to tell you that, like, trust in your intuition here, that there is another fulfilling situation out here that's trying to align itself towards you. There is another source of fulfillment here that you're being guided to right now. And if you listen to what your intuition is saying, if you allow yourself to seek out that path will reveal itself to you. So Leos, there was something here that you had that was relatively good in your recent past. Unfortunately, that whole situation may have came to an end. You know, it could have been a relationship that ended. It could have been some chapter in your life that you really enjoyed that's come to an ending. But whatever the case is, there was a good moment in your life. There's a good chapter in your life. It's come to an ending here, and you're being guided towards something new. And that little voice inside your head is trying to take you there. Okay, let's have a look here at the current energies for you guys throughout mid-May. What's going to be the current energies here for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-May 2022? Taking a look at the first card we do have here the Knight of Cups. Awesome. Moving on to the second card here for you, we do have here the Devil. And then lastly for my Leo peeps, we have here the Wheel of Fortune. So taking a look at the current energies for you, coming into mid-May 2022, you got here Knight of Cups and you got here the Devil. You know, this is about moving on from feeling stuck. It's about not allowing yourself to say, I lost something, and because I lost something, I'm never going to find something good for myself ever again. It's about getting out of that mentality of being trapped, that mentality of, you know, really dealing with a huge loss and feeling like it's never going to get better, or that you're never going to find something equally as good or possibly better ever again. So looking at your current energies here for mid-May, this is about letting go of being stuck, letting go of holding on to the past too long, and allowing yourself to embrace whatever can come next. You know, the Knight of Cups is saying, all right, universe, I'm keeping my energy open. I'm keeping my opportunities open. Take me to wherever I need to go. So Leos, jumping into the second half here in reference to your current energies, you're not trying to hold back. You're not trying to harbor resentment. You're not trying to be too focused on what it is you've lost anymore. You're trying to embrace whatever comes next, and you're trying to put a little bit more trust and faith into the universe that the path that's meant for you will find its way to you, okay? And as always, excuse me, don't know what the heck that was. Sorry if any of y'all heard that. But as always, the universe will always guide you to the path that you're meant to be on. So there will be another path here opening up for you. The universe is just asking here for a little bit more of your trust, a little bit more of your faith, okay? Let's go ahead and have a look here at the challenge for you coming throughout mid-May. What is going to be the challenge here for the Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-May 2022. What challenge is showing up here First card out is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. It could be like patience is potentially a challenge for you. Having to be patient, having to wait. We do have here the Three of Wands, which is like another card here that talks about waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for something to reveal itself to you. And then lastly, we have here the High Priestess. And the High Priestess here is your intuition, I feel, trying to communicate with you. So I think that it's very difficult, or more so the difficult challenge you're facing in this mid-month, is being patient enough to see that new path reveal itself to you, because it can come in a couple days, it can come in a couple months, it can come in a year. You never know when your next amazing path of fulfillment is going to start to find its way towards you, but it's en route, you know? Essentially, it feels here to me that the big challenge is getting to that next chapter in your life where you're happy, because you're in this dormant period where you just moved on from something. You've just let go of something really amazing for you. And it was sad, it was rough, it was hard to just let that chapter end. And now you're kind of in this weird phase where it's like, I'm wondering what comes next. I wish I could just instantly jump into what comes next. But at the end of the day, that's going to come towards me whenever it's meant to, right? This is the energy of divine timing. When something is meant to find you, it will. And when something is meant for you, it inevitably will be for you. So ultimately, Leo, you're kind of in this limbo period coming into the second half of May, and you're trying to keep a positive morale. You're trying to keep your energy up, but ultimately it's kind of like, damn, this is just weird. I don't want to be in this waiting period or this transitional period. I would just love to be on the next path that I'm meant to be on, where everything's working out for me, where everything's flowing, where everything is so seamless, right? So you wish that you could just kind of skip ahead to the future instead of having to be in this purgatory, limbo-like kind of energy. All right, let's go ahead and see what you'll be dealing with coming into mid-May. What are my Leos going to be dealing with here? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-May 2022. What are my Leos going to be dealing with? Taking a look at the first card out, we do have here the Seven of Cups. So this is the energy of confusion. It also could be like being very emotionally overwhelmed. You know, your feelings are kind of going here, there, and everywhere, right? When we close out chapters of our lives, it is a very awkward time because we can have a multitude of feelings. You know, we can feel sad for the chapter that's come to an ending, and we could also feel excited for what comes next, but then we can also feel bored. We can also feel insecure because there isn't a sense of security that the future will come when it comes. So there's a lot of different emotions I feel running through your head. We also have here the Eight of Swords. Speaking about your head, Eight of Swords is the energy of overthinking. Moving on to two more cards, we also have here the Five of Swords, and then lastly for my Leo peeps, we have here the Death card. So taking a look at what it is you'll be dealing with throughout the second half of the month here, we have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and that is going to be followed up here with the Death card. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, Seven of Cups here to the Eight of Swords. Like I mentioned, your feelings are kind of all over the place. So you're dealing with this inconsistency of how you're feeling in reference to this whole situation. You know, some days you're excited for what your future is going to bring you. Other days, you know, you're sad that this chapter in your life came to an ending. Other days you're just like, I don't know what the heck to do with myself, you know? So there's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of weird feelings going on here. You know, your feelings are pretty inconsistent about the situation in general. And with the Five of Swords, I do feel like there is a little bit of anger. That's something you really did enjoy, didn't end up bringing longevity, that didn't end up lasting. Because the thing is that whatever this is you had, Ten of Cups, whether it might have been a relationship, a working situation, whether it might have been, you know, just something good in your life in general, right? You wish it had more longevity. You wish it lasted longer. You wish that you could stay in that moment where it brought you so much joy and happiness forever, and it sucks when things like that end. So, you know, Five of Swords could be a bit of resentment here. It could be a bit of anger, and it's a totally normal and natural feeling for you to have. But with the Death card showing up here as the last and final card for what it is you'll be dealing with is you're going to be dealing with change. You're going to be dealing with transformation. And, you know, especially with this eclipse that we just had, which is so very, very powerful. You know, this is the time where changes are coming. And they may be changes that we don't like. They may be changes that look like they are not necessarily the greatest or brightest thing for us. But if we can accept the changes that happen, especially the changes that we are out of control of, it's going to guide us to somewhere so much better. And the universe is saying that you need to trust me on that. You know, you need to have trust here. You need to have faith here that where you're being intuitively guided is exactly where you need to be. If you allow yourself to seek trust in the universe, the paths that you're looking for are going to open up for you. Now, the thing is that a lot of you guys are like, yeah, but I don't know when that path is going to open up. I don't know when that's going to be. And a lot of people don't like hearing that term divine timing because it's like, yeah, that seems kind of sketchy, you know? It'll come when it comes. There's no timing, there's no date, there's no nothing. But when something is genuinely meant for you, it will reveal itself to you. And there's nothing we can do about that. Remember, these are things that are beyond our control. You know, if we wanted that new path to open up immediately, sure, we could do something to make a great new path for ourselves and our lives. But whatever's meant to really align with us next, that is something that's not always within our control. So ultimately, Leo, coming into the second half of May, it's just a lot of feelings of meh, you know? This is change. I'm trying to be positive about this change. I'm trying to keep my head up about these changes. But it really does suck that I lost something I really cared about. I wish it lasted longer. I wish it lasted forever. And it sucks that something that was so great in my life didn't have longevity. And now I just feel like I'm in this weird period of really hoping that I can get into alignment with what's supposed to come next. And I'm trying to keep my head up, but it's really hard because I have so many different feelings and perspectives about this situation in general. And what you're feeling right now is normal. You know, what you're feeling right now is incredibly normal. You're going through grief because ending a chapter in your life is something that can cause grief. You have to be able to move forward from it. And you're going to feel many different ways until you can accept that that happy chapter you had has truly come to an ending. So you're going to be in this place in mid-May 2022, where you still are grieving the loss of a chapter here, or the ending of a chapter in your life, while trying to continue to maintain focused and trusting in the universe moving forward that what's meant for you will be delivered to you. Now, I have nothing but faith in the universe. I have nothing but faith in God. You know, I'm a person who has had many moments in my life where I've lost so much and then instantaneously gained so much. You know, I have an avid trust in the universe that when things seem to not be working out for me, actually everything is working out for me, because the path that I was on that I thought I was meant to be a part of actually wasn't within my resonance anymore. And even if I didn't see it in that moment, it always revealed itself to me later on that I was actually meant to go this way instead of the way I was currently at. You know, instead of the path I was currently on, I was actually better off going over here, you know? So we don't always get to see the big picture. That's the thing about the universe, though. The universe sees the big picture, you know? So you just have to trust that big picture, right? When you think of a painting, you know, many artists can start out with a couple of strokes. They can start out with a couple of shapes. It may not look like anything at all. And when they get to the end of that painting, when they get to the end of that picture, it is the most beautifully well organized and constructed piece of art you've ever seen. You know, when you think about it, a couple of paint strokes doesn't look like much, but when you get to the ending of that painting, it's a beautiful masterpiece. So kind of look at your life right now and the path that you're on like that. You know, right now you're a couple of strokes in, right? Right now, the painting isn't complete, the picture isn't complete, but inevitably, the big picture will be complete, and you'll see how all the pieces fit together, all right? Let's go ahead and have a look at where things are going to be going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-May 2022. Taking a look at the first card, we have here the Four of Wands. Moving on to the next card for you, we have here the Strength. And then we also have here the Five of Cups, followed up with the Two of Cups. All right, so coming into your second half here, based upon where things are going, we have the Four of Wands, the Strength, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, okay? Now, the Four of Wands here to the Strength card. Four of Wands is one of those cards of feeling intertwined and feeling incredibly connected to what you have. It seems to me as a Leo, right? Leos are incredibly passionate about what they do. When they do something, they give it their all. They put in their 100% when they really care about something and when they're really invested in something. So I feel like where things are going is that you're in a position of time where you're recognizing, if I put my all into the things that I love and care about, I also have to put my all into this period of grief. I think it's a realization here of like, I can't 50% grieve and then expect to move on to my next path. I can't be half over something and then invested in something new. Like I have to be 100% here healed in order for me to go on to the next chapter of my life. I think that as time goes on here in mid-May, you're going to realize that you're not really over whatever ended over here in your past. And you're in a position of time where you still need to heal that, where you still need to move forward. So I do feel for you guys, the answers you'll be looking for in order for you to be guided to your next path is going to come in the form of you having to go through this phase of actually allowing yourself to grieve. You know, you're going to have many different emotions for a while. after losing something or after a chapter of your life ending. You know, you're going to be okay with it, and then you're not going to be okay with it. You know, you're going to be angry, then you're going to be excited for what comes next. You're going to be going through a whirlwind of emotions, and the universe is saying, trust me that you're going to be guided to where you need to go, and use this month, the second half of the month, right? The rest of your May, as a time period to heal and to let go and to be grateful for what it is you've already experienced. You know, be happy that it happened. Be happy that that chapter of your life existed, that you experienced it. Be happy with all the memories you've attained from it, but also allow yourself to make peace with the fact that it's over. So based upon where things are going, it's like, I can't half commit to moving on. If I want to experience a new journey, I have to be willing to totally let go of the old journey that I loved and cared about. So this is about allowing yourself to truly grieve here, moving throughout the rest of your mid-May, okay? Let's go ahead and have a look here at the overall outcome. What's going to be the overall outcome for Team Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And what do we have? We have here the Seven of Wands. You know, this is the energy of victory. This is the energy of prevailing and moving forward. Seven of Wands here says, I have to let myself let go and drop the rest of the burdens that I've dealt with and open myself up to a new beginning and new journey. And the only way that I'm going to do that is by letting go of my past. I mean, even though this is a Seven of Wands, imagine all of these wands here as if they were the Ten of Wands, right? Imagine each individual wand as a burden. This is about conquering your burdens. You know, what is this person holding over here? She's holding this staff, this wand. This is the Ace of Wands, right? So in order for you to have that new beginning, Ace of Wands, you have to be willing here to put down all the other journeys you've invested in, because you can only really focus on one journey at a time. Like I said, Leos are very passionate. They are all or nothing type of people. And if you are half committed into a new journey and half committed to being stuck in your past, you're not going to have the 110% amazing experience of a new journey. You're going to be half in the past, half in the future, half in the past, half in the present. So coming into mid-May 2022, this is the energy and realization of, I truly have to be grateful for the experience I had. I have to make peace with the fact that it's over. And once I get to that point where I'm okay with the fact that it ended, I can accept the fact that that chapter of my life is over, then I can allow myself to say, universe, I can trust you, and let's see what comes next, you know? So I feel like you have to go through the stage of grief here, Leo, and kind of accept the changes coming forward to you. And as I mentioned, especially with this eclipse energy, you know, these changes are very powerful, but they're also very important to mark your future, to be so much more brighter than you imagine. You know, don't always look at change as something that's inherently negative, because changes are something that bring the most beautiful transformations and the most beautiful new things into our lives all the time. You know, change is actually a good experience, and those changes happen for a reason. So Leo, you know, take your time out here to heal, guys, coming into mid-May. And once you get to that place where you've accepted that the chapter has ended in your life and where you can make peace with the fact that that chapter is over, not only are you going to be feeling better on a mental and emotional level, but you're going to say, okay, universe, I'm ready to trust you. I'm ready to see what you have for me. I'm open for what it is you have for me. And then once you let the universe know that you're open and ready to receive, that's when the process of your new path starting to align with you is going to begin, okay? All right, Leos, I love you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it helped. If it didn't help, my apologies, guys. But if it does resonate and helps out, more than happy to do that for you, okay? If you're new here, definitely do consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your May, Leo, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.